Steve Rupe, he never won a race. 2, 3, 4.
She bought him at an auction in Cheyenne. He had a little hitch in his giddy-up when he ran, but he seemed to be a strong and goodly steed, and a friend to ride was all she'd ever need. He was such a gentle horse all them years. He was with her through the laughter and the tears. She couldn't wait to see him when she's driving home. With a friend like that, she never felt alone. She did not care that he never won a race. He came to her world and filled an empty place. When they rode together, it brought a smile to her face. She didn't care if he never won a race. She didn't care if he never won a race. There was a fire one summer on the plains. Nothing could have stopped it but the rains. It burned up all the dry brush and the grass. It torched every home and barn it passed. She abandoned her possessions and her car. She only took her Bible and guitar. That horse and her went riding like the wind. She left it all behind to save her friend. She did not care that he never won a race. He came to her world and filled an empty place. And when they rode together, it brought a smile to her face. She didn't care if he never won a race. She didn't care if he never won a race. She didn't care if he never won a race.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote this song with Michael T. Coursey, and it's called Long Time Coming. Well, I never see you hit your knees and pray, but the good Lord, He loves you anyway. If you call on Him, He won't let you down, but He can't help it if you don't come around. It's a long time coming, and I know you're scared. It's a long time coming, and it's an answer to your sweet mama's prayer. Well, your mama and your grandma both told me they've been praying that from sin you'd be set free. You no longer live here to see them anymore, so it's good to see your hungry face at the door. It's a long time coming, and I know you're scared. It's a long time coming, and it's an answer to your sweet mama's prayer. Not everything goes the way you plan. Every day you're tested as a man. When you search for the answers in your heart, make sure the Lord is a part. It's a long time coming, and I know you're scared. It's a long time coming. It's an answer to your sweet mama's prayer. It's a long time coming, and it's an answer to your sweet mama's prayer.
Faculty Coursey.
Stephen Rupe. All right, folks, this is called Simply Salvation. I wrote this with my wife in 2010, Susan Pearl, and we are still good friends, even though we've gotten a divorce, but she is still somebody that I think is precious, and we wrote this song called Simply Salvation. Simply salvation, offered for free, already set up for you and for me. Simply salvation, for God's only Son, in the fight against sin. The battle is won. Simply salvation, as free as can be, no strings attached, only believe. As soon as you follow the true Son of Man, you'll want to do what's in His plan. But there was nothing simple about dying on a cross. Jesus lived a perfect life so He could pay the cost. Simply salvation. How long will it take till you see the promise, till you finally wake? Christ really loves you with all of His heart. Turn over your old life, a new one can start. Turn over your old life, a new one can start. Simply salvation. All right, folks, this is called Still Dies Old, and this is for anybody who's ever had a little dog or even a big dog that they loved, and eventually they pass away much too early. But this is called Still Dies Old. When she was a little pup, she made me laugh and play. I came to love her more and more with every passing day. She didn't need no mittens to go out in the cold. A dog don't live too long, but she still dies old. We'd go out walking, she'd stay by my side. She'd hang out a window anytime we took a ride. At less than 20 pounds, she was a friend that I could hold. A dog don't live too long, but she still dies old. She was just 11 inches tall, but she could chase a squirrel or fetch a ball. When I was alone, she'd come to me, giving all that love she gave for free. Time is ticked away now, she doesn't see too well. How long she's gonna be around, it's kind of hard to tell. She may be in a lot of pain is what I have been told. A dog don't live too long, but she still dies old. One day that picture on the wall is all I'll have to hold. A dog don't live too long, but she still dies old. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you never get to see the lovely Samantha. And she wanted to introduce me on this one, so here she is.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And, what should I
Anything you want?
say? I'm new here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel Putnam Green.
Thank you, Samantha. That was just perfect, by the way. Folks, I'm going to do a little preaching today. Got to do a little bit. You always hear the preacher. I've never heard a preacher tell us that there's any difference between one person and another in heaven, that we're all equal. There's no equality in the next world. Jesus told us so. He started out his whole gospel. His whole New Testament starts out with this one right here. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. And whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom great in the kingdom of heaven. And I'm telling you, that is an earth shaker right there. We're not all equal in the next world. The things you do here make a difference. Some people will have more treasure than others. Some will be ruler over more things than others. Some will have a bigger mansion than others. Some will be more deeply entered into the joy of the Lord than others. And some shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. And some shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Me personally, I would way rather be called great in the kingdom of heaven, because that's a long time that you get to go up there. Man, it's just a short little time here compared to eternity, but going up there is a long time. And so I'm changing my whole DWJS. It's no longer there. It's not there no more, folks. It's do what Jesus commanded. Do what Jesus commanded and teach other people to do what Jesus commanded. And that's kind of what I've been doing all this time, except I've been calling it do what Jesus said. Because I've been whining and moaning about how poor I am and my health is terrible and I've been going through all these troubles and everything. And I realized, wait a second, that's the way it's supposed to be. We get our reward in the next world. I get to be called great in the kingdom of heaven for teaching people to do what Jesus commanded, teaching people to do what Jesus said. Steve Rupe had been teaching people to do what Jesus said. We hadn't been getting paid here. That's okay. I no longer want to get paid here. The chance to be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Just DWJC. Do what Jesus commanded. And teach others to do the same. Bye.
Simply salvation. How long will it take till you see the promise, till you finally wake? Christ really loves